Though hotels, rest houses, or caravanseras are readily available in all eras, standards have changed. Even with the hygienizing effects of the afterlife, a traveler may find amenities disappointing and sanitary conditions unpleasant. The bubonic plague no longer exists, yet the 14th century still has fleas galore. Relief can be taken in the certainty that fears of infection no longer apply. The freshly arrived usually want to visit home and will find familiar locales spruced up. This never cushions the fact that loved ones are seldom there. Though the initial panic does pass, the ensuing despair is profound. Most feel an immediate urge to go back to the prior world and begin a new life. My first night I spent in a room above the cafe, having said goodbye to my family doctor after dinner. It was there I found the guidebook, 2 copies waiting in a drawer so I'd feel free to take one. By now, a loneliness had sunk in, and a paralyzing fear that I would not locate Lucy in time. "Don't worry," said Dr. McMillan soothingly. This instantly made me worry. "You'll find your way. I suspect that when you go out for a morning walk, you'll turn a corner and find yourself on 2nd Avenue. He allowed himself a little laugh. "In the afterlife, all roads lead to 2nd Avenue. Then it'll be up to you whether you enter your building. You'll find a familiar key in your pocket, but it'll be your choice if you head up the stairs. Fit the key into the lock. Turn it." "I'm ready to go tonight. I may already be too late." "Take my advice. You need to sleep in first. You've been through plenty." I had the eerie sensation I'd never see him again, and said so. "That's true," he answered. We were standing amid passers-by, promenading around the excited port. There was a festival the next day. Boys were handing out candles and wooden stalls were being put up, hung with banners. "I've done my job, which was to welcome you. You don't believe everything I told you, and there's no reason you should. My patients never did, and look what happened to them. Give yourself a chance. You'll learn everything with your own eyes and ears." I could accept that Dr. McMillan and his beloved Genevieve had returned separately, in hopes of trying again, whatever that might mean, though it sounded like a mistake to me. What I couldn't understand was why some organizing force had pulled his name out of my psyche as the person I trusted most, instead of Lucy. Likewise, I couldn't wrap my thoughts around the notion that if my dead doctor wasn't here, who was standing before me? Was he some kind of projection on a screen? If so, who was doing the projecting? A committee? Me? Then what was to prevent my putting on the sound and light show with anybody I wanted? Perhaps this meant Lucy was gone, or didn't want to welcome me. Perhaps it wasn't that I didn't sufficiently trust her, but that she no longer trusted me. What about when I held her in my arms, I thought. When we made love. When she helped me hobble across the street after my leg went wonky. "Make way for Twinkle Toes," she'd yell to befuddled taxi drivers, one hand on my arm, one holding them at bay, trying to keep up my humor. "Lickety-split on the loose." Don't tell me, Lucy, when I find her, it's some projection on a screen. "No," said the doctor, though I hadn't uttered a word. "I wouldn't try to tell you that. Think of me as the image left when you stare at something. Blink and look away. Only the living think the afterlife's full of ghosts." "What about all these people?" "They're not ghosts any more than you are. As your doctor, I'll vouch that you're healthier right now than you've ever been. You're walking normally, right? You'll also find you can play the piano superbly again." I was wondering about that. I flexed my right-hand fingers. Amid the Mediterranean clamor, he waved at what must have